Hey, it's your girl, your favorite paralegal, aka Cassandra Lynn, and welcome to Legal Doc Talk 24/7. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. Um, one, I need a new laptop. We're gonna start with that, but that is okay. I just want to make sure everybody can hear me. All right, I do see that everybody can. Good evening, good evening. What's up, Babs? What's up, y'all? So I'm surfing the internet while I'm cooking. Thank God for a pressure cooker, and I stumble across somebody kind of going over the we're not going over this lawsuit, but mainly reading an article that has only been published in Houston. And so I was like, I gotta hop on this to break this to you guys. What's up, Centric? How are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing? All right, so to kind of give you guys a summary, Tony Buzbee has filed initially, I forgot, a couple of weeks ago he filed a lawsuit against Roc Nation and Quinn Emanuel, and this was in regard to them pretty much, they call it ambulance chasing. And what it is, it's like you're going out trying to find people to convince them to sue another individual, and that's exactly what they did. So prior to that, I was under the impression that it was Diddy that was doing it, but it really wasn't Diddy. Come to find out, it was actually Jay-Z hired Quinn Emanuel, MG Legal, and who is it? It's a defendant also called Jessica Santiago, and she was the investigator, but she's not the only investigator because there have been clippings of, and when I say clippings, like the ring camera showing that there are investigators actually going to people houses and pretty much saying, have you ever worked with Tony Busby, or if he, you ever hired him, and if so, and it was real suspicious. So Busby ended up filing a lawsuit, and I believe it was Geraldo was the first person. Now there is a second lawsuit, and that's what we're about to dive into. What's up, Buttercup? What's up? What's up? What's up? All right, so let me share my screen. So the first thing that I do want to I want to go over is and I'm in the dark, y'all. I have to run to my whatchamacallit. Some terms that I do want to kind of go over right quick. All right. So as you can see, he filed a petition for barratry and the commitment or the conspiracy to commit barratry. So barratry is an illegal act of encouraging others to sue each other for personal gain. And it's actually illegal in all of the 50 states, and it can result to criminal punishment, discipline by the state bar, or loss of license to practice law. So Quinn Emanuel, MJ Legal, whoever attorneys is associated with this, there could be criminal charges, brought about that. It could be a loss of your license or a penalty that is issued by the state bar. How dumb can you be? How dumb can you be? What's up, Buttercup? Hi, thank you, girl. I love your breakdowns. I'll be back for the replay work evenings. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Oh, you are RN, so bless your souls. Well, thank you for tuning in, Alice. Thank you for tuning in. So Busby has sued for barratry as well as the conspiracy to commit barratry. Now, the conspiracy is also an illegal act of encouraging or instigating lawsuits to gain personal profit or harass others. Conspiracy to commit barratry is a criminal offense that involves multiple people working together to commit barratry. So everybody, you have that terminology right now. So keep that in mind when we're actually reading this lawsuit, because it's these people is crazy. All right, so now let's get into this lawsuit. Let's see. I'm using Where is it at? I'm using this app for Restream. So I just trying to get used to it. Let me put my overlay on now. All right, all right, all right, all right. All right, so we're going to get into this. So, as I stated before, let me close this out. As I stated before, Geraldo was the first person to actually file this lawsuit. Now we have Jose Maldonado, who has also filed a lawsuit against Marcy Bryan Croft. She is the attorney for MJ Legal. I think she is out of Mississippi. Roc Nation, Jessica Santiago, that is the investigator. Hold on. I'm trying to figure out where music is coming from. Do y'all hear music or is it just me? Oh, that is my phone. I am tripping, y'all. I was like, what is going on? All right, let's get back into this. I started tripping. I was like, is that coming from my computer? No, my phone is right here. Oh my gosh. Letitia, hey, how are you? How are y'all doing? Sassy Cassie said, I love them too. She does a great job. So glad I done shoveling snow before this live. Oh my gosh. And so everybody, y'all stay warm. I know I'm in Dallas, Texas. And so we are supposed to be getting I think snow and sleet on Thursday. Kids is oh my gosh. I don't want to be home with them, but it is what it is. I just have to make sure I got enough food for all three of them. All right. So going back, Marcy Groff is MJ Legal. Roc Nation, we already know that's associated with Jay-Z. MJ Legal is the is Marcy Croft's actual firm that she works for. I think they're based out of Mississippi. Jessica Santiago is the investigator, and then Quinn Emanuel, and we know that Quinn Emanuel is actually Alex Spiro is the attorney with Quinn Emanuel. So they're all in a cahoots. The last petition that we read with Geraldo in Harris County, it had the phone transcripts. It had a lot of detailed information that I would not even I couldn't even understand why people do not believe the things that were happening. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we have a whole certified phone transcript with US legal that clearly shows a conversation between multiple parties, including clients or ex clients of the Buzbee law firm. And it clearly shows that they are trying to convince these individuals to file a suit against Buzbee and the law firm. It is there in black and white. Now, we know everything in a complaint, especially civil complaints, are alleged. I'm going to put that disclaimer out there. But there are proven facts. We saw a whole transcript. All right, but without further ado, let's hop right on into this. Um, so I'm gonna do this one. All right, so plaintiffs filed this original against a petition against defendants Marcy, Brian, Carl. Okay, we already know all the defendants. I ain't gonna do this. All right, so defendants have conspired to obstruct justice by engaging shadowy operatives to illegally seek out more than 24 current and former clients of the Buzbee law firm to convince those clients to bring frivolous cases against the Buzbee law firm. Let's see. Defendant Roc Nation is financing the effort. Attorneys Marcy Croft and Quinn Emanuel are orchestrating the effort. In some cases, defendants agents pretend to work for the state of Texas, and they're talking about defendant Santiago, the PI, and other PIs that are in various states. So let me see. Defendants agents pretend to work for the state of Texas and have flashed fake badges. Soliciting clients is a crime in the state of Texas. Paying individuals to file false claims is unethical and criminal in the state of Texas. Again, it is unethical and it is criminal in the state of Texas. Impersonating a state official is also a crime in Texas. In at least one case, defendant agents offered as much as $10,000 to a former client of the Buzbee law firm to sue the firm. Unfortunately for the defendant, their agents are not very smart or careful. Their agents were caught on audio tape red-handed, not knowing they were being recorded. Defendant's agents admitted that defendant Marcy Croft, a licensed Texas attorney. So even though her firm is in, oh, I'm sorry, I'm trying to switch it to another screen. So even though they know, what was I about to say? No, scratch what I was about to say. So she's licensed in Mississippi as well as a licensed lawyer in Texas. There could be a possibility that she not only lose her license in Texas but also Mississippi. Like, honestly, what are you doing at this point? All right, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna read from this screen. Let me see what y'all saying. We got a good 8 inches. My two bloodhounds love it. I bet they do. I can't wait till it snows so I can let my puppies out. Other than it hid all their toys at back, so they face and long ears are always in the snow. Aw. Over 24 fake cases. Why are these people so messy? I don't even know at this point. I don't know. All right, so let's get back into it. So, not knowing they were being recorded, defendant's agents admitted that defendant Marcy Croft, a licensed Texas attorney and member of Team Roc, was orchestrating the effort. And in another recording, those agents described the criminal conspiracy in great detail, going as far to admit that the lawsuits would be reported in the press and that some former clients had already accepted money to join the effort. Let me see, because so at least two cases have been filed so far. These allegations in each are tailored to embarrass the Buzbee law firm, including absolute false and salacious allegations that have nothing to do with the underlying patently false legal claims. Each of these cases were orchestrated by the defendants herein. Boy, these people, I swear. All right, so Roc Nation, what's up, Tyron? Hey, 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 how you doing? How you doing? All right, so Roc Nation and Jay-Z are simonious. Jay-Z is the founder and chairman of Roc Nation. At the same time, the illegal conduct described herein continues. The Buzbee law firm is pursuing claims on behalf of at least one client against Jay-Z in the New York federal court. And as a result of the client's claims, Jay-Z sued the Buzbee law firm in Los Angeles State Court. And we have not gone over that, but I have read bits and pieces of it. We all know that Buzbee sent a demand letter. In that demand letter, he accused Jay-Z of not just doing things to minor females, but also minor males or male minors, however you want to say that. That's crazy. Defendant Quinn Emanuel, who represents Jay-Z in both cases and who also frequently represents Roc Nation, denied in open court and in the press involvement in the scheme described herein. All right, let's see what footnote 6 says. Where is footnote 6? Oh, I don't see it. That's interesting. All right. That denial was a bold-faced lie. Again, due to their own sloppiness, one of Quinn Emanuel's own partners admitted as much in a public filing. The illegal effort described herein, which Roc Nation is funding and defendant Croft and defendant Quinn Emanuel are orchestrating, is intended to interfere with the Buzbee law firm's ability to represent its clients and offer pertinent evidence to authorities. Defendant's scheme is summarized in the following recording transcript. I love that. See, when you have evidence, you put it in the complaint. It makes it better. So defendant's scheme is summarized in the following recording transcript. What we're trying to do is we are trying to put this thing together for the company that we work for. We could get you paid. You could get money. Wait, you could get money right soon. We gave this kid 1,000 bucks to start yesterday just to get him on the right path. At the end of the day, this is going to go through the courts. Buzbee is getting sued. We could get you paid. That's number one. We could get you paid. Then you proceed to say that we gave a kid $1,000 yesterday to get him on the right path. This is not good at all. As part of their scheme, defendants attempted to use the plaintiff herein as a pawn. On behalf of defendant Marcy Croft, two individuals attempted to call plaintiff many times. They then went to what they believed was plaintiff's home. They actually went to his father's home. They identified themselves as federal officers. When they realized they had the wrong house, they continued to contact plaintiff. They were pushy. Then they told him he had to talk to them because they were with the state. They told him that they were putting together a lawsuit on behalf of defendant Marcy Croft and the company she was working for, and that she would assign his case to someone who can get him a lot of money. Rather than go with their illegal efforts, the plaintiff contacted his lawyers at the Buzbee law firm. He now filed suit for the barratry, both a crime and a civil action in the state of Texas. That is a double whammy. This is just one of multiple cases to be filed by plaintiffs who been illegally solicited by investigators working as part of a Cabo headquarter in New York City. So remember, in the last case with Geraldo, who is the plaintiff, he actually scheduled a time to meet with them. They came to his house, they fed him something good, and when I say information, and then they asked him if he had any of his paperwork. They asked him if he had any of his paperwork when he was with when he hired Buzbee for a particular case, and he said no, that he didn't. But luckily he recorded the conversation, and that's what they are now using in their lawsuits, because that is evidence. Let's see. Defendants have a long history of the type of abusive and irregularious conduct described herein. Because they have gotten away with it for so long, defendants think they can come down to Texas and do whatever they choose with impunity. It is nasty work. It is. Their behavior will have consequences both civilly and criminally. And y'all know I'm about to be on it because this is crazy. Like, how I've been in the legal field for like almost 15 years, and you will hear stories, and I never was the one to actually just go look up lawsuits and read these type of things. You always hear about them, but I think because I started this YouTube channel and I'm actually like into the news and more into lawsuits, I'm like, what the hell is going on in the legal world? It's nasty over here. All right, so I ain't gonna show, that's the plaintiff stuff. All right, so this is something that we seen last time. This is Marcy Croft. She was in Mississippi, because that's where MG Legal is. Um, and this is a post that pretty much says that, I guess another LLC has been retained by Alex Spiro, Jay-Z, and Roc Nation to file a lawsuit. Marin Marvel shareholder Marcy Croft. So this is showing that she has relations or ties to Roc Nation, Jay-Z, and Quinn Emanuel. All right. And we already seen these posts in the last lawsuit, so we no need to go over there. Jurisdiction. All right, so let's see what happened. All right, so on behalf of two clients, Tony Buzbee and the Buzbee law firm sent demand letters to Sean Jay-Z Carter's attorneys in New York. The letters made no I have to read this again because I get so upset when people, like, when you don't know the legal procedures, when you're dealing with like these type of suits. People don't know. A lot of people think that because we send out a demand letter that we're asking for money. We're asking for some type of resolution. In this particular case, well, for one, a demand is customary. That is part of the process. Before we start a lawsuit, not we file, we send a demand letter. And majority of the demand letters, yes, it is a monetary demand, but there are a few where we saying, okay, would you like to mediate? Would you like to sit down and talk about the allegations? That's all it is. So Jay-Z blew this way out of proportion. All right. So the letters made no monetary demand. Let me get to this. I'm not surprised or shocked. He is like, did he think he can buy himself out of everything? Yep. These lawsuits are like a fever tree. Okay. But doesn't spiral. Man, so yes, but that's the thing. I can't say he knows, but you work for a firm that is orchestrating all of this. He knows. And I be side eyeing him because I look at what he does in the Eric. I need to do an update on that. The Eric Adams, the former mayor of New York. You have to watch how these attorneys play in other courtrooms. So Spyro is shady. I believe he knows. He knows. They only sought a confidential sit down to discuss the client's allegations. Again, this demand letter did not ask for any money. It asked for a confidential, keyword, confidential sit down to discuss the client's allegations. In response to two letters, defendant Quinn Emanuel filed suit against the Buzbee law firm on behalf of John Doe. The suit alleged that the firm was trying to extort John Doe, who they later admitted was in fact Sean Jay-Z Carter. The lawsuit was and is frivolous and will be dismissed. I love it. Several weeks later, the Buzbee law firm, on behalf of one of the clients who sent a demand letter, filed a lawsuit against Mr. Carter. At or around that time, defendants' conspiracy began. As part of that conspiracy, current and former clients of the Buzbee law firm began receiving solicitations from investigators aggressively encouraging current and former clients to sue the firm. The investigators used burner phones. Why are you using burner phones if you're not trying to hide anything? Many times, the investigators used fake names or flash badges or credentials, but would not let the clients actually see them. During some of the contacts, the investigators were pushy. In at least two, they pretended to be acting on behalf of the state of Texas. Y'all know Texas don't play. Texas do not play. Um, all right. One claimed to be a federal agent. Oh, that right there. Once she get caught, she in trouble. You're trying to pose as a federal agent. Several of these calls or contacts were caught on either camera or tape. In each instance, the investigators were careful not to disclose on whose behalf they were working. For good reason, the defendants in this case did not want to disclose their participation in the flagrant violation of Texas law. Indeed, these defendants openly and brazenly violated Texas criminal laws dozens of times. Defendant Quinn Emanuel, of course, has now copped to this scheme. On such target of defendant solicitations was plaintiff Jose Maldonado. Maldonado. Yeah. Mr. Maldonado is a resident of Harris County. He was a plaintiff in the Jones Act lawsuit filed on his behalf in 2020 by the Buzbee law firm. His case was tried but ended in a mistrial due to juror misconduct. His case then settled in May of 2023. He was happy with his settlement and had no complaints with the Buzbee law firm. Throughout the week of December 16th, 2024, Mr. Maldonado was contacted multiple times out of the blue by two investigators. And several phone calls and even unannounced visits to the home of Mr. Maldonado's father, these investigators attempted to illegally sway Mr. Maldonado that identified themselves as federal agents. Now, it's worse if you say I'm the state of Texas police or DPS or whatever, but not DPS because Department of Public Safety, that is federal. But you're posing as federal agents. it, the sentence is going to be worse. um, let's see. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. This contact was an illegal solicitation and was made on behalf of and as part of a conspiracy involving defendants Croft, Roc Nation, and Quinn Emanuel. One of these investigators identified herself as Jessica Santiago. The other identified himself as Gregory Thomas. I don't even think we've seen um his name in the other complaint. So that's two. So Jessica Santiago and Gregory Thomas was the investigators. So after showing up to Mr. Maldonado's father's home, they started calling Mr. Maldonado directly. They asked Mr. Maldonado if he was unhappy with his representation with the Buzbee law firm and whether they could see his settlement documents. Same thing they did with Gerardo. They were pushy. They followed this up by explaining to him that they were with the state feds, but could connect him with a private lawyer so he could sue the Buzbee law firm. They told Maldonado several times that there was money in this for you. See, you do this in a time where we are just now coming out of the pandemic. You see what I'm saying? So if people are hurting, yes, people are going to end up taking, money because they need it. And I believe that was something that they preyed on. These investigators admitted that they were working for an attorney named Marcy Croft at the law firm MG Legal PA. Defendant Marcy Croft is an attorney in Jackson, Mississippi. Defendant MG Legal is the law firm Ms. Croft purportedly owns. Ms. Croft advertises herself as a member of Team Roc. Moreover, Ms. Croft advertises that she has become actively involved with criminal justice reform and prison reform alongside Roc Nation's philanthropic arm, Team Roc. She further advertises herself as being involved in numerous litigation actions pending on behalf of Team Roc, families, and hundreds of incarcerated men. Marcy Croft has worked with Roc Nation for years alongside Quinn Emanuel's Alex Spiro. And there's our question. I mean, that answers our question. Marcy Croft has worked alongside Alex. Spiro and Quinn Emanuel are currently opposing the Buzbee law firm in the last two cases. So these are the causes of action, and it's just only it's not. I think it's two. First one is barratry solicitation, which is a violation of Texas Penal Code Section 38.12, and this is against all of them. Every last defendant in the case style, this is against them. Wait, hold up. You know what? I can't ever see what it is, but I see face purple, wide eyes. That's all I see. These fools were no Eric Brockovich. Okay. Hey, Miss Focused, how are you? Welcome, welcome. All right, so let's get into the first cause of action. So, barratry solicitation, which is a violation of the Texas Penal Code Section 38.2, and this is against everybody. So, defendant Roc Nation LLC is in conspiracy with Quinn Emanuel, orchestrated and instructed defendant Croft and MG Legal to send agents. That is what Gregory Thomas and Jessica Santiago, who are the private investigators, to Texas to the homes of firms' clients and ex-clients who were also in Texas. One of those clients was plaintiff Jose Maldonado. Once there, these agents investigators solicited employment for defendant Croft and defendant MG Legal. Each of these defendants offered money to plaintiff to hire defendant Croft and sue the firm. To add insult to injury, these investigators sent by defendants acted as if they were government officials or police officers, even going as far as to brandish a badge and tell Mr. Maldonado that they were federal agents. Y'all are going down. Defendant Roc Nation is knowingly financing the commissions of these criminal offenses and is therefore guilty of same. Quinn Emanuel is assisting in the conspiracy and has publicly lied about its involvement and has also had its lawyers lie directly to the state court judge in Texas about its involvement. You're lying to the courts now? Civil conspiracy. Once again, against everybody listed in here. So, defendants make up more than two persons who sought to accomplish a goal of committing barratry and soliciting clients to sue the firm. All defendants had a meeting of the minds on this organized criminal conduct and then took many unlawful acts to accomplish this criminal conduct. As a result, plaintiffs suffered damages in the amount to be proven at trial. Because defendant's conduct was committed with actual malice, plaintiff seeks exemplary damages against defendants. So they're asking for punitive damages because defendant's conduct was committed with actual malice. Plaintiff seeks exemplary damage. Okay, da 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 da. Moreover, because it involves a violation of a criminal statute, no damages caps are applicable to plaintiff's damages. Okay, so usually what happens is that there is a cap. So that means if the jury was to say, okay, you are awarded $250,000, but that is the maximum that you can get. That is the cap. So, like for instance, in a medical malpractice case in Texas, the cap is $250,000. You can't go over that. But in this case, because it is a violation of the criminal statute, that means you can get more than the $250,000 cap, which is awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome in my opinion. And everybody's like, well, why would you get, money? Da 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 da. That's the whole purpose of having civil cases. I don't care what you said. If I file suit not asking for damages, I'm gonna get something. I don't care for hey, this they have been harassing not only the plaintiff, but they were going to the father's house looking for this man. You're gonna pay me something. You're gonna pay me something. So damages, he is seeking compensatory damages to be proven at trial, consequential and special damages, exemplary damages, then interest on those damages, pre and post judgment in accordance to law, cost of the court, attorney fees, as well as any other and further relief to which the plaintiffs are entitled to. They are asking for a jury demand. Do I think, or the jury demand, a demand for jury? Do I think they're going to make it to even the jury? I don't even think they're going to make it to trial. They're going to try because this is only the second. God knows how many other lawsuits are coming after this. Like Buzbee is already starting. Okay. Buzbee is not playing no games in 2025. So Jay-Z about to spit out a whole bunch of money. Conclusion and prayer. So they're just asking the court to enter a judgment in favor of the plaintiff, and that's it. There's no exhibits because we have pretty much gone through those exhibits in the other lawsuit, but this is it. This is it. So this is the second lawsuit against Roc Nation, MG Legal, the actual investigators that went there, all of them are included, and I believe that there is more to come. But that's all. Short, sweet, simple, to the point. But thank y'all for coming. Y'all let me know about the second lawsuit. Tell me your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until then, you all be blessed and I'm out. Bye.